The universe whispers secrets, but today, those whispers are a roar. Headlines everywhere. NASA confirms interstellar object used hidden corridor twice. 1972, UFO sighting linked to modern-day alien comet. Scientists are stunned. Is 3I Atlas natural or designed? This is not science fiction, this is our new reality. It all began with a faint smudge on a telescope lens, spiraling into one of humanity's greatest mysteries. 3I Atlas, a traveler from another star, may not be a first-time visitor. Evidence now suggests it, or its twin, blazed through our skies over 50 years ago, long before we could understand what we saw. Its return exposes a pattern so precise, it shakes the foundations of astrophysics. The universe is more mysterious, and, perhaps, more crowded than we imagined. The data is in, the orbits match, and the world's greatest minds are baffled. What if 3I Atlas's path and speed aren't accidents? What if its repeated appearance is intentional? We're forced to consider, are we alone, or has proof been hiding in plain sight, written in the silent mechanics of the solar system? This story begins not with a bang, but with a quiet observation. A team of astronomers cataloging the night sky, stumbling on something that shouldn't exist. An object moving too fast, from the wrong direction, behaving like nothing seen before. The cosmos keeps its secrets well, but this time, it left a clue. And we finally found it. Atlas, a robotic telescope network, first spotted the object in late 2024. Initially catalogued as a comet, its hyperbolic path revealed it was interstellar, only the third ever confirmed. 3I Atlas was different from Oumuamua and Borisov, faster, with a trajectory that defied galactic drift. Spectroscopy showed no water ice but heavy processed metals and complex silicates, unlike any known comet. It was dark, non-reflective, and absorbed light, making it hard to observe. As it neared the sun, it barely outgassed. No classic cometary tail, just a tumbling, inert shape. Yet, its trajectory showed subtle, inexplicable deviations, acceleration not explained by gravity or solar radiation. It was as if the object was adjusting its course, almost intelligently. Theories ranged from magnetic anomalies to unknown structures, but nothing fit. 3I Atlas was a puzzle, defying classification. Scientists prepared to say goodbye, assuming it would vanish forever. But the key to understanding it wasn't in its future, it was buried in NASA's archives. The mystery deepened. Had we seen this object before? The answer lay in a forgotten event from 1972. The past was about to collide with the present. August 10, 1972, a brilliant fireball streaked across the sky, seen by thousands from Utah to Alberta. Tourists captured it on shaky film. A blazing object entered Earth's atmosphere, skipped off, and shot back into space. Scientists called it the Great Daylight Fireball, classifying it as a rare, Earth-grazing meteoroid. It was the size of a car or small house, traveling at 15 kilometers per second, dipping within 57 kilometers of Earth. Its trajectory was highly inclined, arriving via a strange, rarely used corridor of space. At the time, it was a cosmic hit-and-run, remarkable, but considered natural. The object vanished, the case closed, a curious footnote in history, but its path was unusual, not matching typical asteroid or comet origins. For 50 years, no one suspected it was anything more than a random rock. No one imagined it might be a traveler from another star. The 1972 event was a whisper from the past, waiting for its echo. That echo would arrive decades later. The breakthrough came at JPL, where a graduate student noticed something uncanny. 3I Atlas's exit trajectory matched the 1972 fireball's path, down to the precise angle and direction. The odds, astronomically low. Imagine two darts thrown 50 years apart, landing in the same square inch on a dartboard continents away. Space is vast. This was no coincidence. Scientists reanalyzed the 1972 data with modern tools, finding the object's size, density, and velocity eerily similar. The evidence pointed to a chilling conclusion. This was the same object, or two from the same source, using the same corridor. The 1972 event was no random meteoroid, it was a reconnaissance mission, a flyby. Now in 2025, it, or its twin, was back. The corridor wasn't random, it was chosen. This shifted the story from astronomy to cosmic archaeology. We weren't just observing a rock, we were witnessing the return of a visitor. It had checked on us before, when we were less aware. The pattern was deliberate, the implications were staggering. The probability of two interstellar objects using the same rare path, 53 years apart, is beyond astronomical. The odds are closer to 1 in trillions. Scientists, uncomfortable with miracles, searched for errors. None were found. The correlation was real. The statistical link, unbreakable. Natural explanations failed. No streams of interstellar debris, no unknown gravitational channels fit the data. The only theory that matched the facts, the path was intentional. The 1972 and 2025 objects weren't just related. They were operating with purpose. Science fiction was bleeding into scientific reality. When randomness is this unlikely, you must consider design. The matching paths were evidence of a deliberate, repeated, targeted trajectory. This was not chaos, it was a sign of intelligence. The universe had delivered a fact that defied natural law. The story was no longer about chance, it was about intent. The scientific community was thrown into chaos. This wasn't a blurry photo or ambiguous signal. This was orbital mechanics, precise and undeniable. 2 visits, same corridor, 53 years apart. Theories were proposed and discarded, nothing conventional fit. As natural explanations failed, the conversation shifted. What if the process isn't natural? The object's non-gravitational acceleration, strange composition, and repeated path all pointed to something extraordinary. The idea of 3I Atlas as an extraterrestrial probe moved from fringe to mainstream. The 1972 event was a preliminary flyby. 2025, a follow-up. Its acceleration could be a subtle propulsion system, its dark surface, stealth, or advanced materials. For centuries we assumed we were alone in technological achievement. 3I Atlas challenges that assumption directly. The debate was no longer about alien life in theory, but about alien visitation in fact. Physicist Michio Kaku proposed the acid test. If 3I Atlas is natural, its acceleration should fade as it leaves the sun's influence. If it's artificial, it could maneuver in deep space, independent of solar forces. The test was simple: track the object as it recedes. If it coasts, the mystery remains, but the alien probe theory weakens. If it accelerates in the cold void, it's confirmation of technology. Every radio telescope on Earth turned to follow 3I Atlas. The world held its breath. The object was now on the witness stand, the universe about to provide an answer. If it changed course far from the sun, it would be the greatest discovery in human history. If not, we'd be left searching for new physics. The test was set. The implications were profound. The world waited for the verdict. For months, astronomers tracked 3I Atlas with unprecedented precision. At first, its anomalous acceleration faded as expected. Relief spread. Maybe it was just a weird comet. Then, on November 15, 2025, as it passed Neptune, everything changed. The object accelerated again, far from the sun, with no natural explanation. It was a deliberate maneuver, a sustained thrust. The acid test was passed. NASA's press conference was somber. 3I Atlas exhibited propulsive capabilities beyond any known natural force. Its origin and nature remain unknown. It was the closest officials could come to saying the word alien. The confirmation was unsettling, not celebratory. We had witnessed proof of non-human technology. The object was not a friendly visitor. It was a silent, efficient machine, investigating our planet twice. It came and went on its own terms, using technology we can't comprehend. Our solar system was just a waypoint. We were a point of interest on a map we never knew existed. Today, we live in a different universe. The confirmation of 3I Atlas as an object of intelligent design shatters our assumptions. We are not alone, nor at the pinnacle of technology. The silence from the stars was our own inability to listen. Who built 3I Atlas? Why did it visit in 1972 and 2025? Was it reconnaissance, mapping, or something else? The object's return suggests our world was interesting enough to revisit. Are we being studied, cataloged, or simply observed by an intelligence so advanced we are like ants in a jar? Our civilization suddenly seems small, our vulnerabilities exposed. The builders could be peaceful, but their silence is unnerving. The story of 3I Atlas is just beginning. It heads back into the void, but leaves a permanent mark on humanity. We have been visited, observed, and shown undeniable proof of alien design. The haunting question remains: when will it, or its creators, return?